Hello, my name's Taylor, and today we're going to be doing a walkthrough through Garageband. So this is what you'll see when you first start out in Garageband. And you can see we have a few different options. Here we have the software instrument option, which this is if you're working with MIDI, so like different instruments. And here we have our audio options. You can record using a microphone, as I am doing now through GarageBand. Or you can do another option by connecting your guitar through GarageBand. And then we have another option here for if you're using drums, you can play them along as well. So since I'm using a microphone, like I said, we're going to click on this option, hit create, and here we go, we're all set up. And you can see we have some options here on the left, but right now I'm going to move my playhead, which is this right here, to the beginning, and we're going to practice recording some audio. So you hit the red button up here, and this is just me recording some test audio right here, and there we go. You have some audio to work with. Now let's talk about what we have on the left over here. First we have the mute option. This mutes the track you're on. So if you have different tracks, like multiple tracks, you wouldn't be hearing this track, you'd be hearing the others. Then we have the deafen option, which can solo the track for you. So if you have other tracks, you would only be hearing this track. It automatically mutes the others. And here we have the volume controls for the track. You don't want it to be peaking. You want it to stay within the green levels, semi a little bit yellow. So you can play around with that. And then we have our panning option. So you can pan it to the right or the left, or keep it in the middle. So up here we have different options as well. This right here is the cycle option. So if you're editing some audio, you press this button here. You can drag this yellow bar, and whatever is within this yellow bar is going to repeat that audio over and over. So if you're listening for something specific, that's very good to use. Up here we have our time bar, which can show you different things, such as the beats of the project, the time you're working with. Just depends on what you're using it for. And here you can have a countant or a metronome if you need it. This is a pitch tuner if you need as well. Up here, we have the master volume. This controls the volume for the entire project. It's better to control the volume within your tracks, but if you notice an overall need to turn things up, definitely turn up the master volume or turn it down. Then we have some options here. These are loops that Logic provides you. Basically, they are sample audio files you can play around with. I suggest practicing with them if you want. Then down here, so if you're wanting, down here we have different things such as you can control the recording level of the track, change the input, make it solo or stereo. And you can also add some plugins, different effects you can use. So here's one like delay. There's a reverb you can use. Or maybe you want a bit of compression. Here's where you would find them and add them to your project. You can also EQ your files like here. It's really simple. All you have to do is drag the little nodes to where you want them. And as you can see, I'm raising the bass here. And now I'm raising the higher frequencies. And you can add these wherever you want, wherever you think needed. It's very important just to play around with it. Here we have our master output you can control as well. Different effects. And then we have different effects here, such as master echo as well, that could go for the entire project. Then there's some more editing here you can do as well. This is more for music-based things, but you can quantize your audio, which makes things fall in a certain beat. You can change the strength of the note. And there's also pitch correction as well. If you're wanting to edit the audio track itself in a more detailed way, you can come up here. If you want to loop your track, all you have to do is drag this little icon at the top, and it's going to play whatever length that audio file is over and over and over. And if you want to split up the audio file, all you have to do is hit split at playhead. And then you have two separate audio files. Then finally up here you can see we have some different instruments you can use. Since I'm using a microphone, there's different microphone options, kind of effects that you can use for your microphone. And if these are instruments, you can have different guitars, different pianos. These are all provided by Garageband. And when you're ready to export, all you need to do is move the playhead at the end of the audio so that the playhead has all the audio you want contained with it from front to back. And then go to the top, go to share, export song to disk. And then you can save it as whatever you want, save it where you want, change the audio file type for whatever you need, and then you hit export at the bottom. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Let us know if you have any questions.